But away from that, Parliament is set to resume its sessions this afternoon. After a one-month recess, the MPs resumed duty amid confusion over the fate of the departmental committees that are yet to be constituted. While Jubilee has threatened to constitute the committees without NASA legislators, the opposition wants to be given more time until the end of the month to forward the list of its members in the envisaged committees.
After taking a one-month break to allow them campaign for their preferred presidential candidates in the repeat presidential election, legislators resumed their sittings Tuesday afternoon amid confusion over the formation of departmental committees. The delay was occasioned by the opposition NASA after it failed to forward a list of their members to serve in the various departmental committees, both in the Senate and the National Assembly. 31st is such a long period. We obviously will not wait for that long because business must continue. Like you realize, we've already wasted a lot of time and we need to go forward. But I think tomorrow we'll be able to make a decision because I had made a ruling just before we adjourned that if the coalition is not able to come up with their leadership, then we'll go look at the parliamentary party because that's what the law says. And the opposition NASA still insists they need more time.
These 3 weeks is not so much time to hold and wait. Remember, in 2013, we took so long without forming committees. I'm not saying that is a good example to borrow from, but when circumstances force, we can still do that. And again, we are just coming to meet for a very short time, and then we are going on a long-term recess. So I don't see the hurry at all in forming these committees.
If you look at the few things that have happened in Parliament in the recent past, there are things that Kenyans have abhorred. So, in my view, I think this Parliament is, if you ask me, is very, very unpopular. But I think we need to dissolve this Parliament so that we have fresh elections, because the Parliament is not living up to the expectations of Kenyans.
The only committee that has been formed is the powerful House Business Committee, both in the National Assembly and the Senate, that sets the agenda and business of the House. Lack of opposition members in the committee is, however, causing some headache.
Now the leader of majority is forced to shoulder the responsibility of responding to most of the issues being raised, the statements, the petitions. The leader of majority has to do that. But again, if we have the committees, then most of these things that come to the Senate will be able to be dealt with at the committee stage.
The other positions, the other 3 positions, have not been agreed on fully. There have been suggestions which have probably been communicated to the Speaker, but the summit of NASA, the 4 principals, have not concluded the other 3 positions. That is the Deputy Leader of Minority, the Whip, and the Deputy Whip.
In the unlikely event that NASA does not send its members to committees, then Jubilee will have no option but to fully constitute the committees with Jubilee members only. That is what is going to happen.
Before they went on recess, NASA legislators had been directed to boycott parliamentary sessions as a protest to the current regime.
For what we support with all our force is the People's Assembly. We support that our members of Parliament will spend much more time at this People's Assembly to discuss issues that are affecting this country, together with other Kenyans of like minds.
We are still on boycott. I don't think NASA MPs are ready to begin conversations in Parliament. So I think it is going to be normal. The boycott is on, and now we have increased our boycotts.
I'm sure we can take this country forward. And that's why I'm appealing to them that let them come, let us start afresh, so that we give direction to our people. That's why they have elected us.
Meanwhile, NASA has already written to the clerks of both houses confirming that John Mbadi is the minority leader in the National Assembly, while Moses Wetangula will be the minority leader in the Senate. Before they went on recess, Speaker Justin Muturi had indicated that the opposition had not formally communicated that John Mbadi will be the minority leader. As the grandstanding persists between Jubilee and NASA, the spotlight now shifts to Parliament, even as NASA legislators insist that they are not interested in any debate, the reason why they are yet to forward any names to form departmental committees. Chris Dairo, KTN News in Nairobi.